my buns. Wednesday morning, middle of the week. It is time to get on with the get on of the good foot and get on to this job. Hopefully you've had a good night's sleep. You were able to get home, work, or your destination of choice safe and sound in one piece. No hassle, fuss, trouble, problems, or misunderstandings. No meet and greets. And oh my goodness, I could not find my singular. I tore up my drawers and everything. I find my Zyrtex like it's no tomorrow. I came across like 2 bottles of Zyrtex, but I can't find my singular. I found my Flonase. I'm gonna have to tear my purse up because I haven't taken the singular since I moved, and I was like, golly, I don't know where I put it. I thought I put it in the nightstand, like with my other medicine, and so that way I knew where it was when I moved, but apparently I did not. So I don't know where my singular is, and so that is a problem. I'm gonna have to take my Zyrtex until I find my singular. Zyrtex had me so messed up, but then again, I did take 2 of them that were, they're supposed to be for 24 hours. And me just out. I was tired. I was sleepy. I was bobbing and weaving at my desk. I slept through the night, everything. I mean, that was a crazy day on Monday. But yeah. I don't know exactly where else my singular could be, but I need to try to find it. And I've been watching Startup. I watched all of season 2 yesterday. So I'm looking like I'm like engulfed in it. I want Ronald to come out on top and win so bad, and I'm so glad he changed things around. So he stood his ground about what he wanted and where he saw himself being in the company. And I'm so glad that Nick finally spoke up and said something at the table when they were trying to ice him out, because he was like, buy me out, I'm leaving, because he was tired. I mean, Ronald was so stressed out and he was stressed out to his frizzle frazzles. He was sitting up there, started drinking, because remember, Ronald wasn't drinking. He didn't start drinking. He's sniffing cocaine and everything else, and I was like, what you doing, man? Then he'll send his day ones, his crew, his posse, or whoever it is, to go beat up the little boy who, killed his son. I'm like, dude, what you doing, grown men? You send grown men after children? I was like, oh man, that's a bad look. That is a bad look. Why would you do that? And the Russian brother, I forgot the young brother or whatever it is, he thinks his sister is being a coward and she's being too timid, and she should actually just try to kill Izzy and kill them all actually. And she's telling him, no, back down, leave everybody alone, she's got it covered. And he was like, forget that, you don't want to sit up and look bad in front of the family and this, that, and the third. So he gonna have his other 2 guys, or his other 2 men or crew that he deal with that come into town, and they specifically asked him, it was like, okay, you trying to go behind your sister back, but what about your uncle? What your uncle say? And he was like, forget my uncle. You know, he wants to go retire in Boca and everything. He's not, you know, for making being in a. I forgot what he said specifically, but he was trying to say that his uncle was not, you know, made for the streets or what made for these choices or whatever it was, and he's just thinking about retiring, and you know, you don't understand that you got to be able to be out there and do the work or whatever, right? And I was like, oh my goodness gracious. So he goes after, like, somehow or another, he's able to follow Ronald. See, Ronald's been drinking, and like I said, snorting cocaine. And remember, Izzy, Nick, and them have been hiding out on, I forgot the guy's name, Island, right? They've been hiding out there, except for Ronald. You know, Ronald still had his family, and he sent his family away, but he also doesn't want to leave his neighborhood vulnerable. And so he didn't go to the island. And I thought that, you know, okay, fine, you want to protect your neighborhood, but the way that the other guy was treating him, the one who they got to be their backer, main investor, was treating Ronald like he wasn't an essential part of the company. Like he didn't help, once again, help build another company and build capital, you know, for, well, they didn't have any money. But they were building their network, and he was a part of that. He helped with that. He helped spread that in order for it to grow. And for Izzy and Nick to not say anything for his role in the company to be diminished to security, head of security. You know, I thought that was very, very much shiggity. I ain't simply talking. So, while he was doing that, he was on his way to go pick up Izzy and the other encryption photographer or something like that. He was on his way to go do that, right? And he didn't realize that the Russian guy had gotten behind them and followed him, which I'm trying to figure out how did he even know what vehicle they were in and how he followed them, because he turned off a street, like off a different street on the road that Ronald was already traveling on. So I'm like, how'd you get where he was? Then I thought about it. I said, yeah, all the new vehicles have built-in GPS, right? So if Alex or anybody at the company could have tracked where his vehicle was, this is what I'm thinking, right? Because other than that, there's no way on his own he would know exactly where Ronald was. So he followed Ronald over to go get Izzy and the other lady. Stella, that's her name. Go get Izzy and Stella. And as soon as they get in the vehicle, Ronald turns the vehicle around and about to leave out from where he picked her up at the dock. Here come the Russian cats with their car. Ronald just stopped on the brake. And I was like, what you stop for? I would have kept driving. If he would have been in the way, him and his vehicle would have got hit. Because I'm not going to sit there and let you get out the car with automatic weapons and unload firing. Well, I didn't know, and what Izzy and Stella didn't know either, the car was bulletproof. Windows, vehicle, and all. And I guess Ronald knew that. I'm sitting there looking like, what you doing? If you don't drive, what you doing? So, they done unloaded, unloading their automatic weapons and all this, that, and the third at the vehicle. And once they realized that it can't be penetrated, Ronald gets out the car, out the SUV. He got his 2 guns and he said, bump, 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 bump. I was like, got to be more careful. So he hits one of the guys, because it's only 3 of them. It's the younger brother of the lady who's in charge, and his, 2 guys. And so, one of, while Ronald is unloading, right, his weapons, it hits one of the guys. And he's on the ground, he's bleeding, and he's talking, I think I'm going to die. Well, Ronald gets back in the car and they drive off, right? And he was like, am I going to die? Am I going to die? This is one of the dudes that he hit that's laying on the ground. And the younger brother was like, no, you're not going to die. And he's just on the ground holding himself. Oh. They was like, we should call somebody, call your sister. And he was like, we can't call my sister. Yeah, he know he can't call his sister because his sister told him to leave them alone and back off. So he know he can't call her. Oh, but then the uncle, the Russian uncle gets on the plane, baby. Gets on the plane and he come see him. Because he got some things to clear up and tell him, and tell the younger brother that it's time for you to come home. You're wanted at home. That's where you're going to be at. You're no longer going to be here in America. You leave it today. So his 2 guys that were with him were supposed to be taking him to the airport. The younger brother of the Russian group was supposed to be taking him to the airport. Because they done before I say all that, right? They found out where Izzy and them came from off the dock. Because they were trying to figure out there's nothing out there but water. Where does she come from? And he's looking around and he's trying to figure out. So they get figured out who was their backer and like all his different properties, and figured out the one that was in the water. And it was like, so okay, so it's an island. And he was like, so they're on an island. He said, what else is there? And they were like, nothing. It's his island. It's just one island. And they were like, oh, okay. So they figured out where she came from. So in the midst of his 2 guys that were supposed to be taking him to the airport, put him on a plane back home to the homeland. Sorry, y'all. He tells them to turn the vehicle around, immediately turn it around. Because he really now wants to go and kill them. Izzy, Nick, Ronald, all of them on the island. He want to go kill them. He tells his dudes to turn around immediately. And so, they do. And this is when Ronald is coming, packed his bags, and he's on the island, he's about to leave, and he's telling them he's through, he's out. And, for them to buy him out, he's through. He was like, he's tired of being, the N-word and everything. He and all of a sudden you see him drop down to the ground, and Nick drops down to the ground too. But Nick is not hit. He ain't been shot. Ronald has. And so, this is one of the episodes. I think this is episode 9 that I was looking at of season 2. And so, no, it wasn't 9. I take that back. It was not 9. I think it had to be 7 or 8, something like that. I don't think it was 9. By the way, Ronald is on the ground, and he's just laying there, and like, Nick scary butt then ran the hell off. Now I understand he had to go, get some coverage. He couldn't be out there in the open. But you ain't try to help Ronald. You ain't try to drag him on. You had no sense of like, let me help, the man who sit up here and been protecting me, who's been there with me, make sure ain't no harm, hurt, or danger, and came toward me. You left him just out there. And the rest of them are, taking cover and this, that, and the third. And so Nick finally comes to his senses and comes out there to go help Ronald. And while he's sitting there trying to help Ronald, another shot hits Ronald in the back of his calf and the leg. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, please hurry, get him safety. At this point in time, I'm rooting for Ronald. I'm like everybody else, I really don't care. Long as Ronald is okay and walks away. Because I was like, I'm tired of the way that y'all have done my boy. You have truly mistreated Ronald. And I don't like it. So, I'm sitting there and they help him off to the side. Izzy and Stella, they hear, like I said, the shots ring out. And they run to the bathroom for safety, but Izzy grabs her 38, her revolver. She got her own heat. Okay? Izzy ain't playing no games. She got her own heat. Nick ain't had nothing. So, Izzy ready. She ready for the smoke. And as soon as the brother, the younger brother, who was supposed to have been getting on the plane, and if he would got on that plane, he wouldn't have got shot. But he come through the door of the bathroom, and just as Izzy think that she's about to come out on him and, get her licks in, right? Because her and Stella in the bathroom, taking cover. Ronald comes. Here he comes to save the day. Ronald has walked up while old boy turns to where Izzy and them were and just straight shoots him from the back. And he falls over into the tub. While he's in the tub and old boy's trying to lift his hand up to try to shoot at Ronald, and Ronald said, "Pop out!" I was like, all right. I said, Ronald said, and he's just standing there. And then he staggers off and drops down. And here comes Izzy. Ronald! Look at me, Ronald. You're going to be okay. She's telling Stella, call somebody, call for help. And so, excuse me, y'all. And so I called my best friend back because he the one that told me about the show, right? And I'm harassing him throughout the night. I was like, okay, do they at least come out with a win? I said, because I'm tired of this company getting screwed over every time they start something. The Russian cat somehow, come and buy them out, stalls them out, has more money, and, steals their company, whatever. I said, at least let me know they at least got to win. They got to win somewhere. He's like, I can't tell you. I was like, you gonna tell me? I said, you got Ronald out here drinking, acting wild and crazy, trying to fight people in the bar, beating up on folks. He's snorting cocaine, He ain't on his game. He can't sit up there, he can't sit up there and keep notice and pay attention about his surroundings because he drunk as a skunk. He said so he drunker than Cooter Brown. I was like, man, I think he passed Cooter Brown. And so we're sitting up there on the phone. I was like, you gonna tell me? He said, I can't tell you. He said, if I tell you that, I might as well just tell you the whole, the whole story. I was like, you wrong. I told him, I said, I'm gonna tell you like Marcus told Carol. And why did I get married? You just evil. You evil. And he just cracking up laughing. If y'all ain't seen why did I, get married, you'll see when they're sitting. If you watch it, there's a scene when they're sitting at the table, and the character Marcus and his wife, I think her name is Carol, and are sitting at the table. Marcus been cheating with his the mother of his son on his wife for years, on and off, no matter before they got married and after they got married, right? And so she thinks that, the mother of his son thinks that she got the upper hand on their situation of, even though he's married to her, because she knows that she's still sleeping with Marcus, right? I'm going to go back to start up, but I'm just going to give you the background. And so they always going at it because he has a daughter with his wife, with Carol, right? So they're going at it all the time, and he's tired, he's fed up about it, right? But he's still sleeping around with the mother of his child, right? So what Carol did was go out and sleep with somebody else. She contracted an STD. She deliberately, on purpose, gave it to Marcus and was sitting there waiting on him to say something. Now, Marcus couldn't say anything because that means he would have to admit that he's been sleeping with Keisha, the mother of his son. And so he sat there and he asked, I forgot who's, the guys to write him a prescription because he done caught the STD, and he can't tell Carol because he would have to admit that he has been sleeping with Keisha. And they was like, man, you should know better, this, that, and the third. So while they sitting at the dinner table this particular night, and they were talking about, the situations of each other's relationship, and then all of a sudden it gets heated. Because one of the husbands is always, like, he had his wife played by Jill Scott. They didn't pay, with her side, she had to either buy another ticket for the plane, for another seat, or she couldn't be on the plane. And he was like, and this numbnut, this low down dirtiness was sleeping with her best friend, which brings up the song by Kelly Price. She was my best friend. That song. She had slept with Jill Scott's best friend, sleeping with her husband, and he don't care. He's not trying to help her, and he was like, well, I guess you're gonna have to take the car, you're gonna have to drive. They wasn't willing to get off the plane or nothing. So while Jill is going up the hill and in the winter snow trying to get there, and they selves are at the table. Jill ain't even made it there yet. They're at the table trying to figure out, why would you let her drive up by herself? What kind of man are you? This, that, and the third. And so he started antagonizing Carol. And Carol started, Carol's not the type of person that you start trying to intimidate and antagonize, because she got something for you. She ain't got the pants for you. She got something for you. If it ain't her mom about to tell you where to go and how to get there, she got the pants for you, and she may have some other things for you, right? That's the type of character Carol is. So he lets out the bag. That's the reason that your husband got an STD. And she was like, he said got an STD. He was sleeping with from his the mother of his child, from Keisha. And he's looking at him like, what is you doing? I know you just didn't tell my business. And she was like, nah, he didn't get it from Keisha. He got it from, I think she said Walter or something like that. She said he got it from Walter. And he was like, who was Walter? She said, the dude I slept with, they gave me the STD, and I gave to you. And he was like, and she was like, and she was like, boom. And I was like, oh my goodness. And he was just sitting at the table talking about, you're just evil. That's where that comes from, what I was saying to my best friend. You got to go watch, Why Did I Get Married? Tyler Perry's movie with Janet Jackson. And Tasha, I think her last name is White. No. Oh my gosh. Scott. No. I forgot her last name. But, you have to go watch it, right? Why Did I Get Married? The movie from Tyler Perry. And so that's what I kept saying to my best friend. Like, you're just evil. You're evil. You won't even tell me. You can't even tell me how they's going, if they going to have a win or not. I said, tell me this. Is Ronald going to sober up? Is he going to get himself together and sober up? And he was like, yeah. I said, don't you lie to me. Don't you lie to me. You tell me the truth. Is Ronald going to sober up? And I said, because I need to know. I need him to be able to put the liquor down and stop snorting the cocaine and everything. I need to know this. But before all that happened, I was happy to know that Ronald called his wife and told his wife that he was struggling and that he needed to see her and his daughter, because like his son is dead and gone. Now the little boy that he sent his crew to go beat up was the boy who killed his son. But his wife let him go, because originally he wasn't going to do anything to the little boy. He wasn't going to try to kill the little boy or harm the little boy. He just didn't want to do all that type of stuff and be a part of that life and environment anymore. But Ronald is a different Ronald when he got liquor in him and he got all the concoctions mixed up inside, right? So I was glad when he called his wife. This is all before he gets, shot at the island and everything. He goes to see his wife and his daughter and spend time with them. And that's when he was like, he's out. His family is more important, and he just wants to be out. He no longer wants to be treated and looked at how he's been looked at. So Ronald was like, I'm out. And all the fireworks go off at the island, and Ronald's laying there, and Izzy's holding him, and she's crying and everything. And I was like, oh my gosh. Why did I pick up my phone? And I picked up the phone and Googled, does Ronald Dacey, and before I could even finish typing in the rest of Google had died. I said, some other people must have been Googling this too. So I click on it and I'm reading it. And he was like, no, Ronald, them, is fine in season 3, him, Izzy and Nick. But they say, the new character that comes in is gonna die. It's not gonna make it. And I was like, okay. I said, I'm good now. This is all season 2 that I'm watching and getting toward the end. So, Ronald's wife and his family, you know, bring him back to the house, I guess after the hospital. And he's on a crutch and whatnot. And his wife tells him, you know, don't let them push you out of the company. You helped build that company, another company. And, you know, the first one was stolen from you. Don't let them, you know, steal this from you. She was like, because they're just going to continue to look at you as a thug when you help, you know, build a company. She was like, so, you know, you get what you deserve, get what you know, what you're owed. She was like, if you're going to do that, you get what you're owed. And so he's thinking about it, because she was like, you know, if you walk away now, they're going to still see you as a thug. And the only difference is that they're going to see you as a thug with money, a rich thug, but they'll still see you as a thug. So he sat there and he contemplated, he thought about it, right? His wife is cleaning up the house and everything. She see all the liquor bottles and how the house looks since she's been gone. And she goes over there and she gives him a kiss. And she goes back to finish cleaning up. Now, when she tells him this pep talk about how they're looking at him, they're outside while his daughter is playing, you know, kicking around the soccer ball, because she's on the soccer team. And so in season 3, when it comes back said and done, Ronald is no longer living in Little Haiti. He's actually moved out to the suburbs. Like, he has his own office space at the company. He is a co-CEO. And he's doing better. Doing all good. And for him, it's like he still misses the neighbor and everything, and, you know, his crew. But he just he goes to visit, but he realizes that even being there is different, and it's not the same. And his boys put that picture of clarity for him while he's sitting there enjoying a good, you know, meal. Okay, y'all, we done made it over here. This is the garage. I want to thank y'all for...
To issue a ticket.
I'm going to do season 3 today if I can. And so I appreciate you guys communing with me this morning, being a part of my drive-in to work. I hope that you get to work, home, your destination of choice, safe and sound, in one piece. No hassle, fuss, trouble, problems, and misunderstandings. No meet and greets. You know, if you can, try to be respectful toward each other as best you can, because I understand people will work your nerves down to the last of frizzle-frazzle, because they tried to, at the last minute yesterday, one person in particular was trying to work my nerves. And so I'm just saying, just keep what you can, and just be like, whoo, whoo, whoo. Let me go woosah somewhere. Let me go woosah somewhere. So I will talk to you guys later. May you have a good day, a great day, an awesome day, a blessed day, a wonderful day. And like I said, I will talk to you guys later. I need to get on downstairs. All right. So I think I'm forgetting something. I don't know. But I appreciate y'all driving me with me, though. I appreciate it. And don't have any meet and greets. That's what I forgot. No meet and greets. No meet and greets. I'll talk to you later. Bye.